So buckle up everyone because we're gonna be using one of the most famous teams of all time. Hopping into the first battle, we are gonna be booming today. So Alolan Sandslash on the lead versus Clefable. Beautiful lead. So we're gonna be hopping up straight away and going for the Ice Punch because it's gonna do a lot of damage. Shadow Alolan Sandslash is one of my favorite Pokemons to run with every time as it got the access to Drill Run. This Pokemon is an absolute monster. Meteor Mash lands on the Clefable, but it's just not enough to take the Alolan Sandslash down. So I'm gonna be shooting another Ice Punch, and they decide to let it go anyway. So Clefable goes down. So in the back there's a Medicham. So Medicham will get 3 counters off. So Azumarill is gonna lock this thing. My Azumarill is a rank 1 Azumarill. 0, 14, 15 IVs makes it the bulkiest Pokemon ever. They're going for the power up punch, and I'm not gonna throwing up any shields on this because it will be likely another power up punch in this situation. Let's see. Yes, it's just another power up punch. Beautiful. Player up is gonna come through, and this Medicham is now forced to shield because the player up is gonna nearly one-shot the Medicham in this situation. So they got 2 power up punch. I was hoping that they might be running Psychic, so that's the reason why I tried to give up a shield, but it was an Ice Punch, which is of no threat at all. Even like Medicham should get like 10 boosts also. I don't think it would be able to take the Azumarill down. So we land the player off. Boom, down goes the Medicham, and here in this situation, this Galarian Stunfisk needs to land the Earthquake in order to get rid of the Azumarill. And remember, we still have the Medicham in the back, which is likely the Galarian Stunfisk will want to see because it's gonna get completely shredded because they threw the Rock Slide, but still it's not enough, I guess, to get my Azumarill down because the Rock Slide is gonna not one shot because of the perfect PvP IVs that my Azumarill has. So we get the final shield, and Medicham is just gonna go ahead and counter down. There's nothing more that they can do. They surrender in the first game. Beautiful. Buckle up everyone. So we're gonna be hopping in some spice straight away. I mean, this is the most common team that you're gonna see. If you see a Alolan Sandslash lead, so they're gonna be a Medicham and an Azumarill, which will be likely in the back. So hopping into the second one, so we're gonna be Alolan Sandslash versus the Bastiodon. So they swap into the Medicham. So we're gonna be swapping into the Azumarill and straight away going for the player offs here. So this is a quite so Medicham in the situation will not gonna be liking this player off coming from the Azumarill because it's gonna nearly one shot or okay. So they just let it go, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just load up on energy because I will not give up any shield because there's no use because Azumarill has done his job. They go for the Dynamic Punch. It's still okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simply farm down. I know that the Bastiodon will come in, but they make an interesting swap into the Lantern here. So now I know their team. There's a Bastiodon, there's a Medicham, there's a Lantern. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna align my Shadow Alolan Sandslash into the Lantern because it does more well. Because the Medicham does more well against the Bastiodon, why not? So that's the reason why I come in with the Alolan Sandslash here. Try to go for the Drill Run straight away. So we both have 2 shields still remaining. I just give up 1 because of the serve. We get the first shield of the game, which is likely. So what I'm gonna do in next time is I will bait it with the Ice Punch. That's my only gameplay here. So I go for the bait, and let us see. We call the bait. Do they call the bait? No, they fell for it, unfortunately. And now this Lantern needs to throw its energy because it's a loss, right? So now the Lantern throws. I'm gonna come in straight away with the Medicham. Now remember, this battler suddenly swaps into a Bastiodon. I mean, we all make mistakes, right? So he was thinking that I will be weak to like a Bastiodon in the back. That's the reason why I swapped into the Alolan Sandslash. But sometimes it's like a Uno reverse card. It's sometimes not. Things are not always where they seem. So this Lantern is now gonna go down to the Psychic. Unfortunately, if the Lantern would have stayed and softened my Medicham up, I think Bastiodon might had a chance to take down my Medicham, but still it's a good game because it's a lot to ask from the Bastiodon to take down the Medicham. So hopping into the third battle, so we're gonna be shooting some elos very quickly because this team is just one of my best teams to run with. So Alolan Sandslash against Jumpluff. Beautiful lead. So what I'm going to do here is, I wanted to catch the charge move on the Azumarill, but unfortunately I couldn't catch it on the first attempt, but my hope is to catch the second one. We do catch it. Beautiful. So now this weather ball is heavily resisted on the Azumarill. So usually Politoed, after the community day, most of the people are running with Ice Beam, but there is still a probability where it could be an Earthquake. Politoed, you really never know what the opponent might running. So player of comes, gets the shield, and now I'm gonna just no shield everything because there's no point. Azumarill is just so bulky. You can't one-shot an Azumarill. There's no Pokemon which can one-shot an Azumarill from a full range health, or even say 90 or 80%. So here now the Lantern decides to come in. So it's a very nice situation because in this scenario, all the Pokemon, the Alolan Sandslash, the Medicham, and the Azumarill are running Ice Punch or Ice type moves. So I come in with a Sandslash, go for the Drill Run, we get a shield instantly, we get to another one, we win the CMP tie. This Lantern, this poor Lantern, is now gonna go down for the Drill Run, and now the Jumpluff, or let's say the Politoed, will come back. I'm gonna give up a shield. Remember, this Politoed has a lot of energy, and it has another weather ball. I'm like, oh my god, this is really tough. And now I need to somehow make sure that I run the move. We beautifully get it. The Drill Run is gonna land and we'll take the Politoed down. Jumpluff is still in the back. Jumpluff, having access to acrobatics, Rasnot can do really well against Azumarill as well as the Medicham, but not before the Alolan Sandslash want to throw the Ice Punch on the face of the Jumpluff. CMP tie. Beautiful. All energy has been gone down on this Jumpluff right now, and Azumarill, Medicham, they are looking really cool because now any of the charge move will eventually knock out the Jumpluff. Sandslash, what a Pokemon. Absolutely, it's a monster of a Pokemon with getting access to the Drill Run. I think it's one of the best Pokemon to invest. I have a video where I talk about the top 15 Meta Great League Pokemons. I actually forgot to include the Alolan Shadow Sandslash. Pardon me for that. But hopping into the fourth one. So let's see. Okay, it's ranked 20 battles, but I'm in ace, it's fine. So Mandibus on the lead. Once again, a really positive matchup in this situation. So I'm gonna be going for the Ice Punches. So let us see. Bulky Mandibus. So it's not gonna get one shot eventually, but we get a shield, which is strange. Usually the trainers who are running Mandibus will not likely to shield the first charge move, but now this Mandibus decides to shield the first charge move, which is not ideal. So I'm gonna go for another Ice Punch here, throwing it on a CMP tie, but no, we get two shields, which is beautiful. So I am thinking that they might be weak to Shadow Alolan Sandslash in the back, so that's the reason why I just give up two shields. It's okay. So I remember that they throw the Aerial Ace, so Dark Pulse might be coming through here, but I think we can survive the Dark Pulse. Oh, we survive like a pro here. And what I'm gonna do is this was the reason why they were shielding twice. Bastiodon, but this Bastiodon now is gonna face the Medicham, and in this situation just go for the complete farm down. This is so satisfying, farming down a Bastiodon. Oh my god, beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is, we have max energy on the Medicham here, so we're gonna throw a couple of Ice Puncher. Remember, the Mandibus throw all of its energy on the Alolan Sandslash, and in the back there's a Trevenant. There's nothing this Trevenant can do because this Medicham is loaded on energy, and two Ice Punches is enough to take it from here. And it was a lot to ask from a Trevenant to sweep a Medicham, and a Azumarill, and an Shadow Alolan Sandslash. So really good game. So that's how you actually predict like what your opponent does, what your opponent doesn't. They go for a couple of shields, so that's the reason why I thought they might be weak to Alolan Sandslash, because they had a Bastiodon and the Trevenant in the back. So that's how your team read it. Okay, so Alolan Sandslash once again against the Venusaur. So Venusaur pays well against the steel type Pokemons. In this case, it's the Medicham. Azumarill is gonna come down and lock it straight away. There's nothing that this Medicham can do, even. I mean, come on, Psychic? No way. Azumarill is like, I'm the tank, bro. What are you up to? So Player Off is gonna come, and it's gonna almost one-shot this Medicham, and now we're gonna farm down and have almost Ice Beam or a Player Off ready to go against the Venusaur, which is likely. And if this Venusaur try to farm me down, so which is not good, because Venusaur with energy can be deadly in this meta, because Frenzy Plant is a community day move. It's like a truck. Fortunately, we get to another Ice Beam in time, which we get the first shield. And now I'm gonna come in with the Shadow Alolan Sandslash. Alolan Sandslash is steel, ice, it resists the grass, but still it does a lot. Okay, Shadow Swampert in the back. Okay, we know their team now, so Medicham is really looking to close this game for me, because we're gonna get the CMP tie against the Swampert against the Ice Punch, which will get this Swampert relatively low, where I can farm down with the Medicham. Even if they throw a Hydro Cannon at me, it's fine. So I'm gonna just let the Hydro Cannon go through, which is absolutely fine. And I have my Azumarill for the sacrificial swap. Always save those low health Pokemons for the sacrificial swaps, just like this, just to flex to my opponent. We catch the Hydro Cannon in time, so Azumarill goes down, and Venusaur is in a situation where it couldn't do anything. Even though if they throw the Frenzy Plan, I know it's still gonna hurt, but anyway, we win this game. So do try this team. This is one of the most famous teams in the Go Battle League, which is the Shadow Alolan Sandslash, Medicham, and Azumarill. I went 5-0, which is you saw how easily this team just takes down. It's a really meta team. Do try it. We get a Wobbuffet, which is beautiful, and do stay tuned for some of really close and uphill battles. So I'm gonna see you in the next video. Do share, do subscribe, and do like the video, and just show us some support to bring in more battles and spicy stuff like this.